Choosing a life partner. Choosing a life partner goes far beyond emotional affinities or common interests. When we think about financial success, the right partner can be a driving force, while the wrong partner can become a major obstacle. Decisions involving finances, investments, and even how to view money are fundamental in a relationship. If you're with someone who shares a vision of financial growth, it's much easier to align goals and work together to achieve them. You'll talk openly about financial planning, discuss long-term goals, create saving strategies, and even invest intelligently. Now, imagine the opposite scenario. If your partner has the opposite mentality, where spending is a priority and saving is a nuisance, you'll have to deal with constant disagreements. Every step you take to move forward financially can be hindered by impulsive decisions or a limited view of how money should be managed. And this can become a cycle that delays your plans, undermines your enthusiasm, and often negatively affects your relationship. Another important point is emotional support. The path to building wealth is full of challenges, difficult decisions, and risks. Having someone by your side who understands this journey and encourages you makes all the difference. Partners who support each other tend to make wiser financial choices, such as investing in education, controlling debts, and even considering entrepreneurship together. This synergy creates a favorable environment for continued financial growth. Therefore, choosing the right life partner is not just a matter of love, but a financial future. It's not about looking for someone rich, but someone with the right mindset to achieve financial freedom together. Remember, the person you share your life with is also the person you share your finances with. How much you invest of your income. How much you invest of your income is one of the most crucial decisions that can shape your financial future. Investing a significant percentage of your income, steadily and intelligently, is the key to accumulating real wealth over time. And the main driver behind this exponential growth is the power of compound interest. When you put your money to work, it not only grows, but also starts to generate more money over time. This money-generating money effect is the secret of many millionaires who have made their fortunes without large injections of capital, just with patience and consistency. The mistake many people make is underestimating the importance of starting to invest early. Even small amounts, when invested regularly, can generate surprising results over the years. If you only invest what's left over at the end of the month, there's a good chance that you'll never have enough left over. That's why an effective strategy is to pay yourself first. Set a fixed percentage of your income to be invested every month, before any other expenditure. The 20% rule is a good starting point. But if you can invest more, even better. The important thing is that this percentage is committed to your future. Another advantage of investing regularly is that you don't have to worry so much about market fluctuations. By investing every month, you take advantage of the concept of dollar cost averaging, where you buy assets at varying prices over time, diluting the risk of investing everything at a single peak. Finally, it's important to remember that investing is a long-term journey. It's easy to be tempted to withdraw your money when unforeseen circumstances arise, but it's precisely in times of crisis that compound interest shows its true strength. Time and discipline are your greatest allies in building wealth. Education and its impact on earning potential. Investing in education, whether formal or informal, is one of the most powerful decisions you can make to increase your earning potential throughout your life. Knowledge is an asset that never depreciates. On the contrary, it increases in value with time and opportunity. Formal education, such as college, postgraduate degrees, and specializations, can open doors in many careers, offering an immediate pay rise and access to higher positions. However, informal education, the kind you pursue on your own, can be even more powerful because it is not limited by the traditional education system and is shaped directly by your interests and ambitions. The key is to understand that the world is constantly changing. New technologies, innovations, and markets emerge all the time, and the person who keeps up to date will have a great competitive advantage. Learning new skills, mastering new tools, and expanding your knowledge in strategic areas can transform your career and multiply your sources of income. Often, this education doesn't come from a classroom, but from books, online courses, workshops, mentoring, and, above all, practical experience. It's not just about acquiring diplomas, but about preparing yourself to be more valuable on the job market or in your own business. The more specialized and well-informed you become, the greater your ability to deliver valuable and innovative solutions, and the more value you offer, the more you can charge for your services. What's more, investing in personal education also puts you in touch with other brilliant minds, which can open doors to partnerships, business opportunities, and collaborations you never even imagined. Education is the kind of investment that has a guaranteed return. It increases your earning potential not only in the short term, but especially in the long term, creating a cumulative effect on your life trajectory. The more you know, the more opportunities you see, and, consequently, the more you earn. Being an employee or an entrepreneur. The decision between being an employee or an entrepreneur is one of the most important when it comes to the potential to accumulate wealth. When you choose to be an employee, there is security involved, a fixed salary at the end of the month, benefits, and a more stable routine. However, this stability has a limit. As an employee, you're always working for someone, and what you get paid is proportional to how much that company decides to pay you for your work. This imposes a ceiling on your earnings, and however much you grow within the corporate hierarchy, that limit will always be there, controlling how much you can accumulate. On the other hand, entrepreneurship offers much greater potential for financial growth. When you have your own business, your earnings can grow exponentially, depending on the success of your company, your ability to innovate and lead. The profit you make can be reinvested in the business itself, creating a cycle of growth. And, most importantly, the value you build is something you control, not someone who sets your salary. Of course, the risk of entrepreneurship is also higher. There are no guarantees of success, and the challenges are constant, but for those who manage to overcome the difficulties, the return is incomparable. What's more, entrepreneurship allows you to build assets, which are the real levers of wealth. Unlike employment, where you exchange your time for money, in entrepreneurship you can create systems, products, and businesses that generate passive income even when you're not directly involved. This means that your earning potential is no longer limited by the number of hours you work, but by the scale your business can achieve. The choice between being an employee or an entrepreneur will depend on your goals, your willingness to take risks, and your long-term vision. But if the goal is financial freedom and unlimited wealth, the path of entrepreneurship offers the greatest rewards. Debts and how you use them. Understanding how to use debt intelligently is one of the most important skills for building wealth. Many people grow up with the idea that all debt is bad, but the truth is that there are good debts and bad debts. The key is to know how to differentiate between them and use them strategically. Bad debts are those that only consume your resources and offer no financial return. They are usually linked to excessive consumption and goods that depreciate in value, such as uncontrolled credit card installments, loans to pay for trips, or even a new car that starts to lose value as soon as it leaves the dealership. These bad debts end up trapping you in a cycle of liabilities. The more you accumulate this kind of debt, the harder it becomes to get out of the negative financial situation, as the high interest rates and monthly payments drain your ability to invest or save for the future. This ends up creating a feeling of stagnation, where all the money coming in is already committed to past debts, limiting your options for financial growth. On the other hand, good debts are those that generate a financial return. They are associated with investments that can increase your assets over time. For example, taking out a loan to invest in a business that you know has the potential to grow, or financing a property that will be rented out to generate passive income are examples of good debt. They require planning and a strategic eye, but the potential return outweighs the cost of financing. Knowing how to use credit intelligently can be the difference between growing financially or getting stuck in a cycle of dependency. Good debts are powerful tools that can accelerate your path to financial independence, as long as they are used with caution and planning. You must always be aware of interest rates and ensure that the expected return really is higher than the cost of the debt. The sector in which you work. The sector you choose to work in plays a crucial role in your long-term financial progress. When you're in a growing industry, opportunities for development, promotions, and even to increase your remuneration arise much more frequently. Sectors such as technology, healthcare, renewable energy, and finance, for example, have seen accelerated growth in recent decades. These are the types of industry that not only create new jobs, but also offer room for innovation, career development, and, consequently, greater financial gains. On the other hand, working in a stagnant or declining sector can seriously limit your growth potential. Even if you have exceptional skills, if the industry you're in doesn't offer new opportunities, the financial ceiling will quickly be reached. What's more, your job security could be compromised. Industries that don't keep up with market changes or don't innovate tend to cut costs, including labor, which can leave you vulnerable to layoffs or long periods of wage stagnation. Being part of an expanding industry also offers an added bonus, the opportunity to learn and grow along with new market demands. The more you adapt and acquire new skills that the market values, the greater your bargaining power and ability to scale financially. For example, professionals who quickly adapted to the digital revolution and learned technological skills such as programming, digital marketing, and data analysis are reaping the rewards of this choice, with much higher than average pay. Therefore, choosing the sector you work in well is not just a matter of taste or convenience, it's a financial strategy. If you want to increase your earning potential and guarantee a future of continuous growth, you need to be aware of trends and position yourself where opportunities arise. Keeping a close eye on market changes and adjusting your trajectory as necessary is key to your long-term success. The house as a liability. For many, home ownership is the ultimate symbol of security and personal fulfillment. However, from a financial point of view, a house can be a major liability. As long as you live in it and it doesn't generate any income, it's draining your resources. You pay for its upkeep, taxes, insurance, and even periodic renovations. These constant expenses, over years or decades, add up to a significant cost that is often not taken into account at the time of purchase. This is the key point. As long as you don't start generating a source of income, as in the case of renting out the property, your home is a liability, not an asset. Many people make the mistake of believing that by buying a house they are automatically making a good investment. However, it's important to remember that the value of a property may not increase as much as you expect. The real estate market can suffer crises, or the appreciation of a certain area may not keep up with the costs you've incurred over the years to maintain the property. Opportunity cost is also something to consider. The money invested in buying a house could be invested in other assets that generate financial returns more effectively, such as shares, real estate funds, or even a business of your own. This doesn't mean that owning a house is a bad idea, but it's essential to recognize that it's not a financial asset until it starts putting money in your pocket. A property only becomes an asset when you use it to generate passive income, either by renting out the property or part of it, or even selling it at a strategic moment to profit from the appreciation. A house can offer stability and emotional comfort, but from a financial point of view, it's important to treat it for what it really is, a liability. With a clear vision of this concept, you can better plan your finances and look for ways to turn this liability into a source of income in the future. The car as a financial liability. A car is, for many people, an everyday necessity, but from a financial point of view, it is one of the most expensive liabilities anyone can acquire. From the moment it leaves the dealership, the car begins to depreciate in value. Most vehicles lose a significant percentage of their value in just the first year of use, and this depreciation continues over time. In addition, the car generates a series of ongoing costs: fuel, maintenance, insurance, taxes, licensing, and even parking. These costs, added together, can be a major burden on the monthly budget, draining resources that could be applied to investments that generate a financial return. Many people buy cars that are beyond what they really need or can afford. A luxury car, for example, not only costs more, but also has higher maintenance and insurance costs, further exacerbating the impact on your cash flow. Financing vehicles also contributes to turning the car into an even bigger liability. When you finance, you end up paying interest on an asset that is depreciating in value, which means that at the end of the financing, you will have paid much more than the car is worth, while it continues to lose value. Owning a car is important for many people, especially where public transport is limited. However, it is essential to recognize the financial impact of this asset. Unlike an asset that puts money in your pocket, such as a rental property or an investment, a car does the opposite. It constantly takes money away from you. The solution to minimizing this impact is to assess the real need for the vehicle and opt for a model that meets your needs without compromising your financial future. You can also consider alternatives, such as shared transportation, to reduce costs. If you view your car as a tool rather than a status symbol, you'll be able to better manage this liability and prevent it from consuming valuable resources that could be generating wealth. Number of children and the financial impact. Having children is a decision that goes far beyond emotional and family issues. It is also one of the most significant choices in terms of financial impact. The cost of raising a child, from birth to adulthood, can be extraordinarily high, and this directly influences various areas of your financial life, such as your ability to save, invest, and even make career choices. The first point to consider is basic expenditure on food, clothing, education, and health. From the earliest years, costs begin to accumulate with diapers, doctor visits, and school supplies. As the child grows up, new costs arise for extracurricular activities, transportation, and, eventually, the high cost of a quality education, which is one of the biggest expenses for most parents. In addition, there is social pressure to provide the best for their children, which often leads to excessive and unplanned spending. Another aspect is the impact on your career. Having children can significantly alter your time and priorities. Many people choose to reduce their working hours, switch to jobs with more flexibility, or even leave the job market for a while to look after their children. This can reduce the potential for income growth and limit the ability to advance in one's career, especially for those working in more competitive sectors. In addition, the number of children you decide to have directly affects how much you can invest for the future. The more children, the more immediate expenses, and the less you have left over for savings or investments. This effect is multiplied over time, as the money that could be invested in growing with compound interest ends up being spent on immediate needs. Therefore, the decision on how many children to have should be made taking into account both the emotional and financial sides. With proper planning, you can balance the desire to have children with maintaining your long-term financial health. The impact of where you live. Where you choose to live has a powerful influence on your finances, your career opportunities, and, consequently, the quality of life you will have in the future. The cost of living varies dramatically from place to place, and this directly impacts how much you can save and invest. Living in large urban centers generally offers more job opportunities, especially in sectors such as technology, finance, and marketing, where salaries tend to be higher. However, the cost of living in a big city, with more expensive rents, food, and services, can eat up a considerable part of your income, reducing how much you have left over for investments and wealth building. On the other hand, living in smaller cities or less developed regions can offer a much lower cost of living, allowing you to save and invest a larger part of your income. The problem is that these areas may not offer as many opportunities for professional growth. Often, the best career opportunities are concentrated in places where the cost of living is higher, creating a dilemma for those looking to balance financial growth with a comfortable life. Another factor to consider is the infrastructure of the area where you live. Accessibility to good health services, quality schools, and efficient transportation can make a big difference to your quality of life and the upbringing of your family. In addition, living in areas that are developing rapidly can be an excellent investment opportunity, as real estate appreciation tends to be higher in regions with economic growth. Location also affects your lifestyle, your free time, and even your mental health. Spending hours in traffic every day or living in an area with poor quality services can end up damaging your well-being, and this also impacts your ability to make clear financial decisions. So it's essential to take a good look at where you live, not just for the immediate costs, but for the long-term impacts on your income, career opportunities, and quality of life. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, don't forget to leave your like. It really helps the channel to grow. And if you're not subscribed yet, take the opportunity to subscribe now and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. And of course, let me know in the comments what you think or if there are any topics you'd like to see here. I read everything and always bring you what you ask for. Thank you very much for your company, and I'll see you in the next video.